Yeah, you wanted to say something. Yeah. All right, I want us to move to this issue, which really, when you look at it, or when you hear it for the first time, you'll be thinking, no, this didn't happen in Ghana. Sadly, it's made front page headline, in fact, banner headline in the Daily Graphic newspaper. We also brought you details of that. The police in Akosombo are on the hunt for the murderers of 2 African Americans who were killed at Akwamufie in the eastern region. The 2 sisters, they've been living in Ghana, one for some 24 years, the other for 7 years. They went missing, and the next minute, they found their bodies dead. Is this happening in Ghana, Eric?
It's a very sad story, especially when you feel that Ghana is supposed to be a very safe place, all accommodating and a very friendly country. But then, of course, you don't really know the reasons behind this and what the motives are. I'm sure that if the police are actually up and doing with their investigations, they should be able to get the perpetrators of this particular crime. My heart actually goes out to them, and then also their families. And of course, I mean, I think that you've got quite a number of African Americans and other people actually retiring in Ghana because they have a certain connection with us. They feel that they're coming back home. So these things honestly doesn't augur well for us as we go forward.
But shouldn't we have known? Because there's a background to all this. There's been some cases ongoing, even court issues. They say that this particular family, they've been threatened several times, and so the police is very much aware of these threats, and they were not provided with any extra security or anything of the sort.
You see, I want to restrain myself, especially when it has issues to do with the police. Sometimes, I mean, some of the things that actually happens are inexcusable, But then all of these things also has a certain sort of link with a mindset, until something drastic happens. I think that we don't do anything. We tend to be more reactive than proactive. And if the police could have done something about this and they haven't done, that would be extremely unfortunate. I think that now that it's gotten some kind of attention, I hope that they are up and doing when it comes to the investigations and then get the perpetrators of this murder.
Okay. Honorable.
Yes, a very sad story. Well, sad story in the sense that I always say that the police recently, if you look at the crime level, have been performing very well. If you look at the subsequent years, the visibility of the police, the police have been supported logistically. So quite for some time now, you can see that the crime rate in this country is coming down, and we expect them to raise the bar. And all that I have, or my major concern about policing in this country is the investigating ability of the police, of the preemptive policing, is which I always have a problem with. Because if you look at the story, it means that it is something that has been raging on for some time now. And the police should have taken note of these things and ensure that they protect these ladies. And I get worried the way the way we take things in this country sometimes. Okay, let's just talk about it. Just forget about it. Mujahid. But when it comes to the issue of land and properties, people don't take kind to it at all. So I think the police command in that particular district should have done better. And now they will be going in to investigate. The bottom line is that the harm had already been caused.
Yeah.
You see. So what I want
and
to
America
say,
is involved now because they have interest. They were their citizens too.
Yes, of course. The moment they are citizens of America, they will get involved because they will protect their citizens. So it is important that the police lift up their games once more. I know the records shows that they are doing well, but they need to lift up their games.
You know, finally, I want us to touch on some vetting issues. I would start with you, Eric. Is this normal, what is happening within the NPP? It's either the General Secretary is given waivers to some people as an individual, or there's fighting little pieces of things ongoing. A lot of people have said that the NPP really is not ready.
Well, I disagree totally. My perception on these things is very simple. I think I've said this everywhere. The NPP is a political party. We are not a reading club or some kind of society somewhere.
If you say you're not a reading club,
no, what I'm saying is that we are a political party. And the political party is always made up of people who are strong, with strong opinions, divergent opinions, coming from different parts and with different sort of mindsets. But however, we all forge into one big group to prosecute an agenda, which is always to win political power. So of course, it's important to accept that. You would get factions. You get petty.
Okay,
squabbles.
but this is not petty.
Let me finish.
You know, the General Secretary is taking an action that NEC, for instance, has not approved of. That's major.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That we can go back to precedent. Right. I'm not too sure if this is the first General Secretary that has given a waiver. You understand?
Well, I've heard it's not new.
Exactly. So, as far as I'm concerned, if there are issues even to do with waivers, we shouldn't be fighting it in the media. You understand? We can always rectify it. Like I said, the media also has a tendency, a penchant for sensationalizing issues.
Oh, now you're blaming us.
No, I'm saying that, right?
We're only helping you to tell your stories.
Yeah, stories we have to do with political parties. But as far as I'm concerned, this particular perception of a big division and rift to the NPP is neither here nor there. We went into our last presidential primaries, and Ronaldo won by a whooping massive 94%. That is a clear indication that majority of the party, a vast majority of the party, are behind a certain objective, which is Ronaldo to become president in 2016. Of course, we all have different views as to how we want to prosecute going forward to make sure that it's a first time right. You know, we are going to win, we are winning an election at the first round. That is exactly what we want to do. So,
okay, we wish you well.
Of course, people will have their perceptions. They will think that the party is in disarray, but we are not. I think that after these primaries, of course, there's going to be tension. People will try to tap into various perceptions of factions and all that to gain some kind of advantage. But once the primaries are over, we have a common purpose, a common goal. That's to wrest power from the NDC.
All right, Mr. Chum. When it comes to the NDC on this particular MPP matter, I usually like to ask, what is it that you're learning from their experience? So you will do that in 1 minute.
They wouldn't have the moral justification to comment on issues in the NPP.
Really?
They won't.
Interesting. Interesting that there's politics in this country, and one of the major ruling political party in this country cannot comment. I'm
not saying I think moral
justification. No. I am just asking for what it is that you're picking from their experience, because yours is also coming.
No,
we never know what could come up.
No, but let me tell you, we are a very young political party compared to the MPP. But to the extent that the vice president, the vice chairman, will call a meeting with a flag bearer without the chairman and the general secretary.
No, but that they've said is very much legal. Because in the absence of the chairman, the first vice chairman acts as chair.
No problem. There's no problem. But where the chairman and, you see, let me tell you, we go back to corporate governance again. Even if the chairman is not there and the vice chairman is supposed to chair, it must be done in consultation with the chairman.
Chairman has not spoken, so we don't know what he knows.
He cannot talk.
All right, this is where we are. We have to end our discussions. NDC, NPP, it always has to be like that. Well, Honorable Bride Edward Kojo Damoji is the MP for Botiano English Manfro constituency here in the Greater Accra region. Eric Amwakuchum wants to be NP. The Trouble constituency.
You want to unseat my friend?
Yeah, whom I hosted this week as well.
Trouble man.
So I wish you the very best, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, when you win, I'm your friend. You know.
All right.
Yeah.
But what about
positive?
I'll be his friend, small. But thank you. Please have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you
so much. Stay with me. I've got one more thing. I'm hanging out with MacLeod Evans Hatto. He's the General Secretary of the Commonwealth Hall, the University of Ghana. Would they pay or they won't pay?